Since the outset of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Ukrainian women have been called upon like never before, to help defend their country in almost all the roles the men do. Since 2018, Ukrainian women have had the same legal status as men in the armed forces, and while many say they have faced sexism from some colleagues, they are broadly accepted and carry out the same tasks as men, including frontline combat roles. At least 30,000 were in the armed forces, about 10% of the total before the war began, and the number has risen sharply since. Many more women have joined territorial defense units and untold millions support the war effort in other ways. The most recent numbers show women making up 22.8% of the armed forces. The contrast with Russia is stark. Famed in Soviet times for the roles filled by women warriors, the Russian military is now all male on the front line. In the early days of the war, the role of Ukrainian women was acknowledged by First Lady, Olena Zelenska, who said, "Our current resistance has a particularly female face." She said she bowed to the women of her country, including those who fight in the ranks, those who heal, save, feed, those who continue to do their usual jobs, in pharmacies, shops, on transport, in utilities, so that life lasts and wins, to those who take children to shelters every day without panic and entertain them with games and cartoons to save children's consciousness from war. Women nonetheless are still widely expected to take their traditional roles as childcarers. Because men of military age are forbidden from leaving the country, it is mostly women and children who have become refugees, including the extraordinary total of 6.3 meters who have left the country from a total population of 44 meters. Outside of the military, women have become an integral part of the resistance and the rear front line. From the Ukrainian woman who reportedly took down a Russian drone with a jar of tomatoes from her balcony, to the women making Molotov cocktails and packing soldiers' bags, civilian contributions are uncontestable. Social media is proving another battlefield. Immediately after the latest invasion began on February 24, some Ukrainian women matched up with Russian soldiers on Tinder to establish their military bases and inform Ukrainian forces. Women have also contributed through combat zone reporting, which cost the life of TV news producer Oleksandra Kuvshinova, and very nearly killed journalists Anastasia Stanko and Anastasia Volkova. Women have historically been symbols of a country's capacity to retain its culture and future for growth. As such, they also become targets. Mariupol's maternity ward airstrike not only killed extremely vulnerable people, it also sparked a Russian propaganda campaign suggesting one of the victims was an actor. It is not clear what effect the role of women in Ukraine's war will have on wider society once the fighting has stopped. The female role of women in the US and UK in 20th century wars unquestionably accelerated women's political representation and emancipation. While Ukrainians are extraordinarily united in their response to the war, that doesn't mean they're all fighting for the same peace. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you can be alerted to our next video. We'll see you again soon on Warzone.